Hello YouTube, this is William. Welcome to another introduction. This knife is going to be sold through Great Northern Knives only. They're taking pre-orders as of this upload. And as I go through the knife and explain the design of it, you'll understand why that it's going to be sold primarily or strictly through Great Northern Knives. Again, this is they're taking pre-orders. So if you want one, you can call Jeff staff at greatnorthernknives.com and let them know what you want. And since it's pre-orders, you can order the handle material you want. Hey, it's almost as close to custom as you can get right there. All right, so let's talk about the knife. This with a sleeve, it could be worn as a neck knife. It would take some getting used to, but the weight on it with the Kydex sleeve is only, it's right under 11 ounces. So anyway, and this is Sure Touch with a liner and G10 pins, and so it depends on the handle as to the exact weight, but it's going to be right at 11 ounces with the Kydex sleeve. So here it is. This is the Bull, and the reason I named it Bull, not only is it kind of stubby Skinner, is it was designed for larger game like bull elk, bull moose, stuff like that you find in Alaska and the northern states, Canada, and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's talk about the knife for a second. This is 5/32 Nitro V. Well, this one is 3V, but they will come in Nitro V. Basically what it is a Scandi that flows into a distal taper, and the distal taper starts about right there. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it starts thinning down to a very fine tip. See if we can get that in there. Just like so. So anyway, it's a great place to rest the thumb. It's a sharp edge. All of my knives have a 90-degree edge all the way down. If you don't like an area that's a 90-degree, if it hurts your thumb or whatever cuts into your thumb, then take a piece of emery cloth and round it off. The reason I put 90 degrees all the way down the knife is because it's easier for me to put that on there than you guys. But it's very simple to take off. All it takes is just some emery cloth or some real aggressive steel wool or something like that to round those edges off. And not everybody likes the same area. So you know, you can kind of personalize your own knife. But anyway, it's going to come with a 90-degree spine even from this little curve right here, which is great for wrapping around those ferrule rods and throwing a shower or a spark in a lot more area than just a straight edge. It has a little bit of a drop down so that you can, your tip goes into the game, and it rides up just a little bit. It's not quite a big round belly, but it allows the skin to ride up slightly on the blade edge so that it doesn't pop out as often. Okay, so you can get those long leg cuts and up the belly cuts and those things like that. But the blade is short enough and wide enough that you can grab it and protect that point as you get into the cavity of those big animals. Okay, so the length of the blade is, cutting edge is about 3.5 inches, so it's a short stubby Skinner that has a little bit of a width to it, and the width on it is about 1 3/4. So it has a very wide blade because you want a wide blade that's going to guide you, sort of keep you in those straight line cuts. That's the purpose of a wide blade. You get those narrow blades and you want to twist, and you get cuts and jagged cuts and all this other stuff, but a wide blade will allow you to cut those straight, even cuts. That's the reason butcher knives are most of the time they're wide blades. The overall length is about 8 1/4. Okay, so you get a very generous handle that's going to fill up your hand. A lot of times, as you'll find with skinning knives, is the handles are too small. And when you're skinning, anybody that does any skinning knows that if the handle's not comfortable, your hands are going to start cramping almost within minutes, if not seconds. So this one gives you a very decent size handle that you can grip and hold on to, that you won't lose inside those cavities, and it's a wide blade that you can grip up on the tip, do those fine intricate cuts, those belly cuts like I was talking about. It's just a very well balanced blade or knife. The balance is about right in there. So it's, as you're holding the knife, you don't get that arm fatigue that you get on some knives that's unbalanced. Okay, so anyway, again, if you want one of these, we're taking pre-orders because we don't know, since it is kind of a specialty knife. It does have the versatility of a doing some firecraft, because you have the wedging properties of a 5/32 blade with a Scandi portion on this part. And just to kind of give you an idea, probably to the middle of the belly, you got a good 1 3/4 inches of that Scandi, so it'll do feather sticks like you wouldn't believe. But yet it has a very fine point to get into those tight knuckle joints and things like that, to cut those tendons and things away, so you can dismember that big animal. Okay, all right, so anyway, there it is. We're gonna call it bull because of what it was designed to cut, or to process big game. Now, will it do a whitetail? Of course it will. It just depends on if you want a knife that wide to do a whitetail. But yeah, it would certainly handle anything. Beavers, you know, if you're a trapper, then you might want to think about using this for those beavers, because you got those long straight cuts when you're trying to get that fur off. So anyway, there she be, or he be. What do you want to say? Get with Great Northern Knives. They are accepting orders now, pre-orders. It's probably going to be a 60 to 90-day start on these, because I got to order the steel, I got to get them water jetted and things like that, and I want to kind of get an idea of how many is going to want these before we go through all of that. So again, it's kind of a specialty versatile woodsman's skinning knife for the Northern Territories, but it'll work on whitetails just like any knife will. All right, it just depends on how you want to use it. All right, till the next one, you guys get in the backyard, whittle on a stick. Be sure to take a child with you, get the opportunity, and don't forget those plenty of band-aids and lots of knives. Catch you again soon.